All right, so back to number one, making this a campus-wide effort. You really need engagement and buy-in from people across campus. One of the offices that helps us a lot is our academic advising. If they're talking with a student, meeting with a student, and a student is struggling with time management or study skills, advisors have such a large caseload, they may not be able to take an additional 30, 45 minutes and talk to a student about study skills. So they refer them to me with a peer coach. And if the student meets with the peer coach, the advisor will be able to see that in grades first and know that that has happened. Also, student services. They refer students to peer coaching a lot. If you have students in Greek life or student organizations, time management is a big issue, goal setting. So they refer students to me with our peer coaches as well. Again, athletics, just different people across campus help us with our program. And I think that's very, very vital in making the program a success. Number two, I think it's important to think about the right staff. Students versus professional. So we already have student coaches in our traditional face-to-face program. The Office of Student Success, we hire over 75 student employees, from tutors to peer coaches to supplemental instructors. So we already had, the program was built around student employees. In a perfect world, I do believe that professional coaches could be very, very beneficial. That's on my wish list. I've been talking to my supervisors about that in the future, the benefit of having professional coaches. However, that's just not feasible for us and probably for a lot of campuses. So with students, some of the pros is that you're able to hire more students. If we use the budget that we had right now to hire professionals, we probably could only have 1 or 2 versus having 10 students. Students are not as intimidated talking to other students. I had a student that I was meeting with 2 semesters ago, and I was, talking to this student on a regular basis, and I felt that I was getting, to know this student, and they were being honest with me, and we were really making some impact, and we were, making some positive changes. But I never knew the student had an issue with alcohol, and they were drinking a lot. But they had a conversation with a student peer coach, and that came up, and they were way more comfortable sharing with that student that they were partying and drinking. And that was a big part of them not getting up to go to class and not doing their work, things like that. So I guess they were just afraid I look like a person in authority, or, they just still have these preconceived notions on what they can share with, professors and, people on campus. So they were much more comfortable sharing that with a student than they were with me. And so I think, that's one of the benefits, because my students are trained on how to help them if they share information like that.